And according to everything I can figure out, our clearing should be starting around 11 o'clock, and we should show some sunshine by around 1 or so.
And that's going to be real critical for the plane search that we mentioned at the top of the newscast, having that clear weather.
That's true, or just anybody that has to work outdoors, really,
That's right.
but that's a critical point for the search team.
All right, thanks, Jim. Well, it was a fun-filled day in Chicago, and John Overall is here with information on that and more sports. John?
Okay, most NBA players had this weekend set aside for a little rest and relaxation as the league took off for the All-Star break. But a select few of them had to go to work today, including some who haven't hit the hard court in quite a while. Some of the heroes from yesteryear assembled for the annual Legends All-Star Game. And Rick Barry, the scoring machine right here, he'll show that he can still find the hole with a little hook. There it goes. And Chicago Bull coach Doug Collins will hit from another planet for 3 of his game-high 13 points. I think he's been watching Jordan too long. And Dave Cowens will get the game winner off the rebound here as the East wins in overtime 47-45. Now let's check in on the exciting exhibitions and the three-point shootout in the finals. Dale Ellis of Seattle was out to dethrone two-time champ Larry Bird, but Ellis could only manage 15 points as he struggles along the baseline. Bring on the Birdman. With time winding down, Bird is trailing, and he will have to nail his final 3 bombs to win it. Is there really any doubt? This guy wrote the book on winning and competition. 3-point championships in a row for Bird. Now on to what you've all been waiting for, the slam dunk contest. And Michael Jordan goes for the marathon dunk, length of the court, jump from the free throw line, and the jam. Dominique Wilkins will respond off the glass for the slam, but this day, I'll tell you, belongs to Michael Jordan. You'll see him coming up right here. 1. Boom. And here comes the second one. Nice jam there. And the third one. And now comes up the game winner. A perfect 50-point score as Jordan wins his second slam dunk contest in 4 years. Well, with the NBA focusing on the All-Star fun and games, the college top 20 was hopping with action, and the word for today was upset. Number 1 Arizona may have been lucky to take off this day, as 8 upsets were recorded today, including number 2 UNLV, who traveled to the West Coast, and Santa Barbara, after trailing 45-39, goes up by 6 on this break off the steal, and the fans go wild while Rebel head coach Jerry Tarkanian goes to the towel, and Santa Barbara goes on to win it 71-66. There you see it on the board. Number 3, BYU takes a beating, and that's their first loss of the year. Another big upset today saw NC State dump number 4 Duke, as Vinny Del Negro will put the Wolfpack up 71-70 right there. And with time ticking away, Del Negro will get 2 more off the alley-oop, 75-72 State. Duke has 1 more chance to come back as Del Negro will blow the free throw, but the pass is picked off, and NC State gets 2 free throws from Del Negro to win it. As we look at the board, you see the final, and number 5 Temple breaks the upset streak with a win over Rutgers. Oklahoma wins big in a high-scoring affair. Kentucky all over Mississippi. Meanwhile, the Orangemen of Syracuse dump St. John's, and number 13 Iowa by 29. Georgetown upset by Connecticut. Another upset victim is Vanderbilt, and Iowa State a victim in overtime. Illinois upset by Indiana. Number 18 Bradley dumps Drake, and with number 19 Florida falling to Auburn to keep the upsets going along. Other college scores show the Cowboys of Wyoming ride the Lobos to an 18-point victory, and Eastern New Mexico, we have no score on that one at this time. Well, a big game in Roswell tonight as the number 1 and number 3 teams in 3A battled for first place in the District 4 3A standings. The Rams of Portales brought a 2-0 record into Goddard, where the Rockets were at 2-1 in district play. Let's pick it up in the second half when it was still a close ball game. But this game belonged to the Rockets in the second half. Here, Wade Scott goes in for the easy deuce. Then he will hit from long range. Scott finished the night with 24 points. And now you'll see Scott right there's a long bomb. And now you'll see Scott go the length of the court. Here he comes right at you, and watch this move. Through the legs, around the back, in, lay it up, and the Rockets go on to win easily over the Rams. And you'll see it on your scoreboard there. Silver City got by Hatch, and Socorro blasts Ruidoso, and Lovington Wildcats dump the Bulldogs. CLOUDCROFT over Hagerman, while Jal dumps Eunice. Tularosa wins by 30 and Capitan by 26. Now on to girls action as CLOUDCROFT by 14 over Hagerman. There you see it. And Capitan over Weed. And the Lady Coyotes win it by 1, while Jal over Loving 58-32. Checking in on Roswell's favorite Lingster, Nancy Lopez will start the final round of the Mazda Classic with a 4-shot lead when she tees it up in Boca Raton, Florida. Tomorrow, Lopez is hoping to record her 37th career win, but to do that, the former Roswellite will have to hold off second place Marta Figueres Dottie. On the men's tour, they are clear across the country in Pebble Beach, California, and after 3 rounds, Steve Jones leads the way with a 10 under par 206. Craig Stadler and Bernard Longer 3 shots back at 209 or 7 under par. Now changing gears from golf to track news, another former Roswell resident took first place in the Masters Mile at the Millrose Games in New York last night. Webb Ladat, formerly of Roswell High, took the victory with a time of 4 minutes, 20.4 seconds. And Harrison Chip Smith of Sandia High School in Albuquerque took third in the high school mile in 4:24. Now, last night was a busy one for boxing fans as WBA welterweight champion Marlon Starling defended his title in Atlantic City against Fujio Ozaki of Japan. Starling won a 12-round decision, and Mark Breland stopped Juan Alonso Villa of Mexico in the 3rd round of the undercard fight. And the man that they call Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran, knocked down Ricky Stackhouse twice and unanimously took a 10-round decision. Duran is now 36 years old, and the 3-time champion may get a chance to go for number 4 if Mike McCallum will win the middleweight title next month. And former heavyweight champion George Foreman won his 7th straight fight last night. Foreman knocked out Guido Train of Italy in the 5th round in Las Vegas. And Super Bowl star Timmy Smith of Hobbs was a guest of David Letterman's late night show last night. And I guess that means that Timmy Smith has finally reached the big time.
He's arrived.
One other final score, we have Honda over Corona in high school boys action, 80-70, and Rodney Montano scored 40 points in that game. Big day for
He
Rodney.
should have been in Chicago for the All-Star game, maybe. Huh?
Maybe next year.
Okay, thanks, John. Well,